Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to FM Youth Factory. This is episode number 16. We continue on with our journey of 4 competitions. That's a lot. That is a lot. And this is the one that we know we are going to lose. It's guaranteed, but win. The board want us to get all the way to the first round, proper. We're only in the second qualifying round right now, after starting literally from the beginning in the extra preliminary round. We're in the 9th tier this season. Today, we are up against Welling United, who currently sit in the 6th tier. This is the biggest opponent we will have ever played. And, according to our assistant manager, we should be afraid. We should be very afraid. Let's see if that's the case. One big question is whether Welling United are going to play down to the level we are in, or whether they're going to play to the situation, which is, it's the FA Cup. They are 3 tiers above us. They very well could play a B team from the look of the starting lineup. Not being a load of new gens, I'm guessing they are probably playing their strongest lineup. We're almost playing our strongest lineup. 10 of 11 anyway. Chris Webb, who we've already seen to take a couple touches on the ball, is in for Quintafera, who is out on suspension. And man, oh man, did List just go flying through a few defenders there. Oh, and then we just luck out with a ball going off the crossbar that Penarice. Wow, whoa. No! Really? Okay. One, I was only looking semi-close at the play, so I wasn't seeing everything that happened there, so maybe I missed sight of that. But it looked like we won the ball. It didn't look like we got the man at all on the play there. And 3 minutes and 25 seconds in, we have a straight red card. Farewell FA Cup. Kirby hits the side net, so they at least don't take advantage of that situation and get a free goal. But they get an extra man now. This is going to be super tough here. Strategy. I've taken Trainer and pushed him out to the left wing a bit, but not all the way out to the left wing, as he's not a left winger and neither is Bick, so either one of them, neither one's going to fit out there on that left wing. And there you go. Kirby, the guy who got the call. I don't even get a replay of the sending off, so plus this game, I mean, come on. This game does not animate yellow cards and red cards accurately. Period. The end. So without proper animations of that, who's to say? Bick, Gordon, Redknapp. Bick's on a yellow card as well. We've played 8 minutes, and we've had a guy sent off and already a yellow card for Bick. A straight sending off was Bick. Did he get the yellow for arguing? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Again, the crossbar. McFadden with the clearance. We are playing terribly right now. So, 6th tier. 6th tier is a bit too much for us at this point. Good to know. And we're getting beat pretty handily here. We've beaten 2 8th tier sides, one semi-comfortably and one marginally. We haven't gone up against 7th tier yet. And 6th tier, this isn't even very close. I mean, we're getting beat pretty bad. Penarice, come on, dude. Makes the save. Pounces on the ball, keeps it in, stands up, and takes the ball, carries the ball out of bounds as he stands up. Rough day, folks. List offside by 30 billion miles. He's probably a good 20 steps offside there. 6-0 on the shots, But just how in this game we would be, we'll never know. We will never know because we're literally down to 10 men right from the off. We're going to have to play more than 90 minutes as it's 2-0 now. No flag raised. Probably just about onside. We're going to have to play more than 90 minutes down a man. Why more than 90? Because stoppage time for each half will add up. Ultimately, a game is close to 100 minutes in actual run time. And so it's going to be more than 90. Let's go cautious. We need to get behind the ball. I might need to change tactically what we're doing here. I mean, what's missing is missing on top, but we are facing a beatdown we've never encountered. Panorama National South, I mean, I knew that we had a limit. I knew it was somewhere around the National League or maybe National League South. But this is all about that sending off a few seconds beyond 3 minutes into the match. Now, one thing I think we need to keep an eye on here is a level comparison. Remember, we have a squad that right now is all over the place in terms of quality. We have guys in the mid 40s or low 50s. That's close to half this squad. We have 2 players that are literally right at a 100 right now, current ability. I wouldn't be surprised if those 2 players are capable, are on the level of these guys around them. Maybe better than some. But the overall average of the squad is just not there, not happening. Let's make a change here. Or 2. We haven't made any subs yet. Big's having a bad day. We're not coming back in this game anyway. So we're going to move Trainer on top. Let's make him be a pressing forward on attack. We're going to sub Bick off. McFadden's in danger of getting booked, but I don't have a backup for him. Redknapp. Okay, we're going to give Percival a shot. Percival is a young gun. And we'll swap those 2. Yeah, Percival. Yikes. But that's the assistant manager's view, not our view. Try to hit him on the counter, I suppose, is about all we can do. Brooks, Schmizek both look like they really need to come off. They're really exhausted here. Not one shot for us. That's shocking. I know we're playing a team 3 tiers above us. And we know that the 10-man thing is a huge factor in that. But I do think that we are probably losing this match either way. It's just going to be a heck of a lot closer, much more competitive. Dangerous play there. Penrice with the punch. And then eventually they blast it over. Oh, great. Great! Now we lose our other center back to an injury. That's literally the last thing we need. And again, I do not have a backup. We're going to have to go to a back 3 and put 3 guys ahead of him. Playing somebody out of position is not going to do much good. He's nervous, but I'm going to give Mortland an appearance here because, why the heck not? And Brooks is totally exhausted. So we're going to bring on Thornhill because, why the heck not? And we're going to move Mortland. That has negated the time. That did negate the attacks. It did shut it down. It stopped us from being able to do anything besides that counterattack. But, whew. So, that was ugly. 22-0 on the shots. 2.5 XG in the end. We really did shut them down in the second half a fair bit. They only had 1 XG in the second half. Not very many highlights in the second half. They continued to amass shots, but it looks like they were from range. Not terribly threatening. Penrice did not have a good day, so that didn't help us. He missed a lot of chances. We lose both center backs, one before the game through suspension, one mid-game. We spend almost the entire 90 down to 10. Too many factors, too many variables to know just how impactful those variables were. They were very impactful. How impactful? Is the 6th tier that far above us right now that we are quickly catching up to the level that will be where we're at until we grow and develop and things slow down as we fly through these bottom tiers? It's clear that we can get through the 8th tier next year, no problem. Does that mean the 7th tier is about where we're going to start to see a challenge? And then eventually it's that 6th tier, by the time we get there and grow and develop, that we'll see the proper slowdown? Maybe. Wondering if we need to make that sale here soon, collect that cash so that we can increase our funds as time goes on and keep moving along. Because if we just sit and accumulate money the slow way the next couple of seasons, we're going to run into that problem sooner rather than later. But I don't know, a couple extra million long term is going to have a much better long term impact than starting to cash in right now. I'm still torn on what to do. Well, in the league, we are facing a challenge of sorts. 28 goals, 7 wins, and 7 matches, 21 points. Leading the league. But Holland, FC Bristol, right behind us. Barnstaple Town, right behind us. All of them within 1 win of us. Only thing, we've got 2 games in hand. And FC Bristol, we've already beaten them head-to-head. By a goal on the road, so they made it tight. They made a contest of it. They just lost to Holland to move out of second place down to third. So their only losses have been to the top 2 teams in the league. There is some quality at the top of this division. It's not necessarily going to be easy. We've seen a greater gap between the top and the bottom of this league than what we were seeing in those lower divisions. But it still appears that at least the league is going to be comfortable for 1 more season, maybe 2 more seasons, and then it's going to slow down. In the meantime, we're down to 3 competitions. Let's continue on and see. We're supposed to win all 3 of them. Can we win every match the rest of this season? We've only had 1 loss the last 2 years. We've had 1 now this year, and it's still early days. It always comes down to this email to know whether or not the sending offs are justified. This one says it was probably justified. So the bad tackle apparently was a bad tackle. We've pushed forward quite a bit here. We're in the FA Vase. We're in the, second, third, fourth round. We're pushing in towards November. And Corinthians is our opponent for this one, but this is not the Scottish Corinthians team. This is a smaller Corinthians team that led 1-0 all the way up till the 80th minute before we finally score. This Corinthians is in the same division that we play in. The same division. It finishes 1-1. We go to penalties. Bick scores first. Delgado Hibbert equalizes for a 1-1. Conway steps up, equalizes again. It's 2-2. Mortland on for a rare appearance, makes it 3-2. Crawford scores. Penrice not even moving, standing on his line here. Clements straight down the middle Not even sure how Clemens is even selected here. And Smedley takes the lead, and then Jones, why we don't even get a highlight for the subsequent one there, Spizek scored. But the only difference, Penrice makes no stops at all. Clement, who no idea why he's even on the pitch or selected for the matchday squad whatsoever, taps it straight down the middle. There was no power behind it at all. Their keeper doesn't even move a muscle, and it hits him in the leg. Absolutely dominated. They had 0.4 XG to get that one goal early on. We had 64% of possession, plenty of XG, 19-4 on the shots, and we're out of 2 competitions. We will not do more than a double this year. Things are disappointing in the last 2 results that we've seen, but those are not the only 2 results that we've been having. Those 2 results more than a month apart from each other. However, it is the first time in 3 calendar years, that we have had more than 2 losses, or more than 1 loss within that calendar year. So that one hits hard. Last year we had 1 draw, 1 loss in the entirety of the season. We had that this year in the FA Cup alone. We now add in that FA Vase and that loss there. We are certainly encountering some problems. The Les Phillips Cup, second round is where we're into for that one. We've also had a lot of closer games in the league. A 3-2, a 1-0, and a 2-1, but we've also had, those 4-goal, 5-goal affairs. But more frequently I'm seeing closer results. And again, we have a league that's spread. So those tougher teams in the league, it's definitely closer. We're still winning. We're still comfortable. We're still taking this league without a doubt. But we just lost against a team in our own division. We just lost comfortably a little over a month ago, almost a month and a half now, in the FA Cup against a team 3 divisions above us, mind you, but it's not quite all going according to plan this year. We certainly have not reached our limit yet, but we are encountering stiffer opposition here in this 9th tier, and I suspect next year in the 8th, it'll again be a little bit tougher before we peak somewhere around that 7th. If we had this team. I think by the time we reach that, it won't be this team. We'll lose a few, but we'll see progress amongst others. We need to get another upgrade in the training facilities for sure. And we're going to have to look to upgrade staff here fairly soon, because most of the staff that I have is the first group of people that we hired like 2 years ago now. Our reputation was quite a bit lower then than it is now. I think at some stage here, we need to go through and rapidly replace and upgrade all of them. Maybe this off season would be a good time to do that and try to find some better quality staff as we've climbed multiple tiers and have built up a little bit of a reputation. It's still really poor in the grand scheme of things, but it is caught up to the level we're at least. Meanwhile, in the league, we've only played 14 matches. We've got a long ways to go. 19 will be the halfway stage. So, 5 more matches just to reach halfway. But we are 10 points up on FC Bristol, who, their only 2 losses were to us in Holland, and then 2 other draws is all they've managed. Otherwise, 10 wins and plus 22 goal differential, looking pretty good and starting to pull away a bit from others. And it looks like they will have a promotion playoff spot, probably against a relegation team in the division above, I would imagine, or promotion playoff with other divisions beside us at the same level to bring it down to the right number of teams moving up. One of those combinations anyway. Not so relevant to us because we'll have automatic promotion as league winners, presumably, as we should be hanging on to that. I don't think we're going to suddenly be losing lots the rest of the season. Trainer leading the league with 17 goals. Jones and Trainer leading the league in average rating. Jones has the most assists. player of the match for Trainer and Jones. Penrith does have the most shutouts, but it's only 5 out of 14. We are struggling a bit more. We are certainly giving up more goals than we did. We're still scoring a lot. We're still scoring frequently, but other teams are finding a way to break us down. They are finding the weaknesses in our defense, certainly more so than the last 2 years where we've absolutely dominated. Currently in the second round of the Les Phillips Cup, this appears to be our division cup. We should be the favorites for it. It is a higher reputation than our division itself. Third round, quarterfinal, semifinal, final. This one's going to move along pretty quick towards the tail end. We'll pick up with those last few rounds of that as we proceed and try to get some matches there. But that's going to do it for this episode, for another competition. So we get knocked out of 2 competitions within this episode. A little bit worrying, but overall, the team's okay for now. But we are starting to show vulnerabilities. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.